8:30 Eastern. Coverage begins at 7 Eastern time with Monday Night Countdown. Arizona kicks it away, down 7-3 in the early going. Moreeeee Hicks with the return for San Francisco. And out of bounds, he goes over the 30 and taken down hard there. Crowd looking for a flag. Not going to get one. And we will get another look at Alex Smith, the first pick in the 2005 NFL Draft, as the 49ers take over next.
Live MLB continues on NASN with an exclusive American League matchup. It's the oldest rivalry in baseball. With the pennant race heating up at the top of the East Division, the Yankees are looking to close the gap and secure a win over the Red Sox. Live MLB, New York Yankees versus Boston this Friday only on NASN.
There was a moment there where I thought, that was a pretty doggone good throw. I can probably play.
My sophomore year against Thomasville, I only got 3 balls. And those 3 went for 144 yards and 2 touchdowns. I knew right then that I was on my way.
And the stadium was rocking, it was packed. Got a total of 400-some yards. That's when I knew.
When people stopped calling me Archie's boy, started calling me Peyton, that was a big moment for me.
Come in. Looks like the med school scouts are out early today.
There are over 380,000 NCAA student athletes, and just about all of them will be going pro in something other than sports. Download the guide for college-bound students at ncaastudent.org.
Hi, I'm Kevin.
ESPN's Monday Night Football is brought to you by IBM. What makes you special? The Accord. Beyond the Road, all new from Honda. Capital One's new no-hassle cash rewards. What's in your wallet? And T-Mobile, stick together.
So much tradition here in San Francisco. 5 Super Bowls. They had winning records 17 out of 18 years, but just 2 winning seasons in their last 8. And here's the man who's expected to turn that around. Alex Smith has his team out in front 7-3 early. Flags down again.
It's a nice job by Alex Smith with a hard count. Every now and then you throw it in, and, well, you know, I can't say a whole lot, Coach. I was a D lineman who jumped a few times. I jumped on Monday Night Football one time and had my name called out. It wasn't
98 defense. 5-yard penalty.
I tell you what was interesting about that, which I got to really like the call. First of all, they stayed with their standard package of personnel, and they went to an empty backfield. So they moved Gore way outside. They moved the tight end outside. It's a pretty interesting package.
I don't even know what you said. I flashed back to when I jumped offside.
They may do it again.
Killing me.
Now they got Gore in the backfield here.
Gore behind Alex Smith. Vernon Davis was the man in motion. On 1st and 5, they'll give it to Gore. He's got a nice hole. And Gore is out over midfield and dragging Adrian Wilson among others with him. Let's take a look at the San Francisco offense. Here's tight end Vernon Davis.
Hey, let's start with the offensive line. On the left side, you got mean Larry Allen. And beside him, you got Big Jonas Jennings. And they block for the guys who run the ball in their hands, starting with Frank Gore, number 21. And out wide, you got my boy, Darrell Jackson.
Darrell Jackson came over from Seattle after 7 years there, led the Seahawks in catches and touchdowns. A year ago, they traded him within the division, which was something of a surprise. Out at midfield for San Francisco. Pocket breaks down, ball is loose. Picked up by Arizona, and we're going to have another turnover. Bertrand Berry was the man who got there and knocked the football loose. And it's Antonio Smith who makes the recovery. So a huge play for the Arizona defense.
And Bertrand Berry feels like he got a second life with the conditioning program in the offseason. There you saw him in a down stance at the bottom of the screen. He goes from a 2-point stance as well. But that was nothing but an edge rush against the rookie, Joe Staley, 74. You saw him open his shoulders. He opened the gate there, and Bertrand Berry, the vet, was picking on the rookie.
Yeah, Joe Staley's going to see some moves that he didn't see in the MAC or Western Michigan.
Central Michigan, yeah.
Central Michigan.
Yeah,
a little bit different.
This ain't, is it, want to say this ain't Central Michigan anymore,
Central
huh?
Michigan anymore.
And so that'll bring Matt Leinart back out onto the field. And so think about the turnaround in this game. San Francisco had stopped Arizona a few moments ago and looked like they were on a roll. They run into the punter. Next thing you know, Arizona gets on the board. Now the turnover, and they have a chance to take the lead. Marcel Shipp and J.J. Arrington now in the backfield. Behind Matt Leinart from the 36. Leinart looking over the middle and completes it there nicely. Leonard Pope, the big tight end, makes the catch.
Well, we've seen early on here with Matt Leinart, it's been difficult for him. Again, just a second-year guy, but they're expecting a lot out of here. They wanted to change his footwork there. Walt Harris, a great job of breaking in front of the ball. He has time, really throwing to no one there, and there's been other times he hasn't had any time, and he is not a very good quarterback when he does that, going outside the pocket. And I also have to say, receivers haven't helped him a lot as of yet, but definite early struggles for Matt Leinart.
Edge is back in, and they'll give it to him there, and he cuts back and makes a few yards nicely down over the 25. Levi Brown, the rookie, with the nice block to spring Edgerrin James for a few.
Tell you, it's impressive, Omar, and you hit right on it. I mean, the secondary of the 49ers is doing a good job, and they're playing man coverage. That's basically what it is. They're sitting down on these receivers, and they're playing man coverage, and they're doing a good job of covering them.
And I'm going to tell you who's going to want to do it for this team is Edgerrin James. I mean, he feels good about the new line. Only Deuce Latui, the right guard, is in the same position from last year. The four have all switched. Other than that, along with some new players, and Edge wants to carry the load for this team.
We're going into this series, they had 13 rushes, 6 passes, so they're committed to running the football, believe me.
They run it again to Edgerrin James. He'll take it down inside the 20. Arizona moving the ball nicely. Tully Banta-Cain, who came over from New England.
I love the name.
Making the tackle. I know that you do, but right now Arizona now working the clock, and this, I think, is what they want to do. You loosen it up a little bit with the running game, and that might open things up on the outside for Fitzgerald.
You want to call smash mouth football. I mean, a lot of people don't like that, but you've got to get in people's face, and you've got to establish who you are. And I think that's exactly what Russ Grimm has told this football team.
2nd and 4, the Edge 10 carries, 45 yards in the early going. Leinart got a man open, and down inside the 10, it's complete again. He finds his tight end, Leonard Pope. He's down, and so is a flag. Nate Clements there on the tackle, but let's see what the yellow is for.
Excellent pitch and catch. Let's see if it stands.
I don't think that's a flag. I think that's a piece of paper blown across
Yeah, it
the
is.
field.
It's a piece of paper blown along the field.
Good going, Greedy.
I got to say, it fooled me too. I saw the yellow. It flew out exactly where a penalty marker would have flown.
The only reason I knew it wasn't is no referee was running after it.
A popsicle.
Like away from it.
Wrapper.
All right, and so it is a completion, and Edgerrin James is inside the 10, and here comes James as he'll work it to his left, and it's James. Is he in? He is. Touchdown, Edgerrin James, right behind Terrell Smith, who opened up the path, and Arizona's out in front.
I'm telling you, Russ Grimm is going to slap all these old linemen on the behind and say, that's the way you do it, fellas. You get off into their face a little bit. You got your fullback leading the way, and Edge knows what to do when he gets a hold.
That's a statement, fellas. That's just a statement right there. It's a statement that they're saying, hey, listen, we're going to run the football on you guys tonight regardless of what you do, and they're doing it very well.
We've had 2 turnovers tonight, both of them converted into touchdowns. And you factor in the running into the punter, so really all the scoring tonight has come as a result of mistakes by the other team. Extra point by Rackers is up and good, and so Arizona out to the early lead. Ken Wisenhunt will like this. Ken Wisenhunt with his first chance as a head coach in the National Football League.
He's doing a good. Watch what happens right here. This is just hard. Find the goal line, get your nose to it, and take it in. Good going, Edge.
In the National Football League, one thing is certain. Expect the unexpected.
Bounces off his intended receiver. Caught for the touchdown.
I'll trade you a Red Sox home jersey and a Rangers t-shirt for that Pirates jacket.
No way. I want that Cardinals hoodie and that Braves away uniform and an item to be named later.
You drive a hard bargain. Majestic Athletic, the official uniform supplier for all 30 Major League Baseball teams. Available now all over Europe at NASN.com.
Live MLB continues on NASN with an exclusive American League matchup. It's the oldest rivalry in baseball. With the pennant race heating up at the top of the East Division, the Yankees are looking to close the gap and secure a win over the Red Sox. Live MLB, New York Yankees versus Boston this Friday only on NASN.
Back in San Francisco, or after a very shaky start, Matt Leinart and the Arizona Cardinals have steadied the ship and taken a 3-point lead with just over 9 minutes to play in the second quarter. Mike Greenberg, Mike Golick, Mike Ditka, Bonnie Bernstein with you from Monster Park in San Francisco. And here's Moreeeee Hicks on the return for the 49ers. He'll take it out over the 30. And so that's where Alex Smith will get it. Last time he had it, he coughed it up. And everyone is fine. The 49er offense will retake the field in just a moment.
The Detroit Lions and rookie Calvin Johnson will look to help the Lions post their first winning season since 2000. Standing 6'5", 235 pounds, Johnson possesses a rare combination of size, speed, and strength. His great hands, body control, and tremendous leaping ability will pose problems for opposing defenders. In his college career, Johnson was responsible for 42% of Georgia Tech's passing yards, so look for Johnson to be heavily utilized in 2007.
What do I control? I don't control the bumps and the bruises, the crowd, or who covers me. I don't control the bounces, the shootout order, or for that matter, what happens outside the rink. There are a lot of things in life I don't control. But then again, there are some things that I do.
Hi, I'm Pete Moylan from the Atlanta Braves. Watch live Major League Baseball all season long right here on NASN, Europe's leading channel for North American sports.
In San Francisco, where the 49ers are certainly no strangers to playing from behind. As you can see, they were dominated in the first halves of games last year. Managed to come from behind in a few of those. So I guess all things considered, being down 3 in the second quarter isn't so bad. Here's Alex Smith, who's completed just one ball to a wide receiver in the early going tonight from his 33. I'll give it to Frank Gore. And Gore for a short gain.
Well, you know, he gained 2 yards there. The 49ers have been averaging 3 yards per play. Now, help me with my math. 3 times 3 is 9. That's not enough for a first down. And this man, Mike Nolan, who's dressed very, very nicely tonight, he and offensive coordinator Jim Hostler have to decide what are we going to do here. Is it going to be conservative? Because they've been making mistakes with the turnovers. Now, do we keep it conservative? You know, let Gore try and do the work our short passes. I don't know if they're going to let Alex take chances downfield at this point because they've been getting hurt by the mistakes.
Here's Alex on 2nd and 8. Play action. Down the field he goes. There's Darrell Jackson, and there's Jackson's first catch as a member of the 49ers, and that's good for a first down, and that's got to be comfortable for the young quarterback.
It's a good job, but I'm watching number 47. They got this Billy Bajamai in there, tight end. He's a tight end. They got him in playing a running back. They split him out wide. They bring him back. He makes a key block to let Alex Smith get this pass off right here.
Adrian Wilson, the man on the
two tight ends in it, yeah. Two tight ends in their offense, actually. And I thought it was the fullback, but they got two tight ends in there. He's moving them around. He had him inside. He had him outside. And he puts him back in the backfield as a blocker most of the time.
The other, of course, is Vernon Davis, the 6th-round pick a year ago. Leonard this time swings it over for Jackson. Nobody there. Incomplete, but a flag comes down late. Roderick Hood was there. He's going to plead his case.
And I don't blame him.
Let's see what happens. A lot of time on these slants, it's the offhand.
Prior to the pass, holding 26, defense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Forget the offhand. This is a hold. Here you go on the slant. It's that left hand pulling the jersey. That's what you see. You know what? If you get in tight with that and keep the offensive player tucked to your body, you won't get called for that. But as soon as your hand extends and they see it grabbing cloth, they have no choice but to call it. There are ways to get away with that, but his hand was exposed out wide in that. He's shaking his head no, but Roderick, sorry, that's going to be yes on that one.
You see the number of penalties a year ago. Coach, is that a function of the coaching?
Well, it's something, things don't change unless you change them. I mean, it's something you got to work on in practice. You got to concentrate on. You've got to make people aware that you cannot win football games when you're getting 10, 12, 13 penalties a game.
As they debate this on the field, in baseball, whenever you have a certain kind of manager and the team doesn't succeed, they fire him. They go out and get an opposite type. Joe Torre versus Lou Piniella. Denny Green, very successful coach for a long time, but a player's coach. So they make a change. Now they go to Wisenhunt, a much more disciplinary.
Yeah, but to say that he's not a player, they're all players' coaches. I mean, you coach for your players. You try to get them in the best position to do the job they have to do. Denny did that. Ken's going to do that. Hey, maybe the light's gone in for some of these players right here.
I think the key thing was that the players are buying into it. No matter what he's selling, the players are buying in. They're happy there's one voice talking. They're happy there's discipline now on the team. It's like when you're raising your kids, they're looking for those boundaries, and Wisenhunt's giving it to them.
They changed the call to a pass interference instead of a holding, so it's a 1st and 10 at the 41. And Smith here for Gore. Gore's got room at the left side. Moran Morris with a huge block out there in front of Gore to spring Frank for the run.
I'll tell you what, you don't want to give Frank Gore any room. And then you got, when your fullback is getting to the second level, your tailback's not going to get touched. There's Moran going through. Nice job on the linebacker, on Gerald Hayes. He makes the block. And Gore does a beautiful job cutting off of it. Basic play, but pretty darn productive.
And the thing you said earlier, Arnaz Battle was downfield blocking. You don't see that out of a lot of wide receivers.
2nd and short for Alex Smith. Give it to Gore again, and he's got the 1st down. Let's go back down to Bonnie Bernstein. Bonnie.
Like you guys talk about the Cardinals being willing to follow Wisenhunt's lead. Well, one of his top priorities, as it is for any new coach, really, is setting the tone. And what he did, he hired strength coach John Lott to do some of his dirty work. Wisenhunt said, I didn't really think there was anything wrong with the strength program, but when I brought John in, and when I upgraded the weight room, I think that really sent a message. And Wisenhunt sensed his players wanted an identity. He said, we're going to work hard, we are going to be physical, and we are going to be a disciplined team.
Said they were very healthy through the preseason as well, Bonnie, and feels that was something that will pay dividends as the season gets underway. 1st and 10 inside the 30.
There goes Wilson.
Smith on the move. And smartly just throws that away.
But he did not get to the quarterback, but he caused this to be an incomplete. Adrian Wilson again comes up, he sneaks up, he blitzes, and what he does, he throws the timing of the play. Here he comes. Gets blocked by Gore. Gore does a good job, but he makes the quarterback flush out of the pocket, and there's no chance to complete the pass.
Throws all the timing off of the route. You're absolutely right. It's one of those things that doesn't show up in the box scores, but it shows up on the coach's film when they're going to say how he disrupted the play.
Wilson with 8 sacks 2 years ago, a record for defensive backs in the NFL, breaking a record previously held by Dave Duerson. So here's a 2nd and 10. 3 receivers on the field, and Alex Smith's going to need to talk it over.
Yep, there.
49ers moving, trailing by 3 in the 2nd quarter.
Wilson baseball gloves, and much more. Visit NASN.com.
Hi, I'm Phil Stockman from the Atlanta Braves. Watch live Major League Baseball all season long, right here on NASN, Europe's leading channel for North American sports.
In San Francisco, the backs from the U have the scores tonight. Edgar and James, as you see, 52 yards on the evening. Frank Gore starting to heat up a little bit for San Francisco.
He is, but James, that 4.7 average, he's got to love that.
There is definitively a healthy competition between these running backs from the U. And I say healthy because I think they push each other.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. Again, at the U, as obviously they call it, there's the off-season workout program that a lot of these guys go to, and there's definitely a friendly, healthy competition between them all.
The U, of course, for those not aware, is the University of Miami. 2nd and 10, San Francisco. Frank Gore lined up behind Alex Smith. They're going to swing it outside, try to break the tackle, and not much there for Darrell Jackson. Adrian Wilson, Eric Green among those there on the tackle. Let's stay with Adrian Wilson because this guy, this is the safety of this era of pro football.
Well, you look at Bob Sanders over in Indy. You know, to me, I would pay to watch that guy play football because to me, he's what you want on your football team. He is infectious. The players around him see the way he plays; they play harder. This kid is a lot the same way. Now, I'm not saying he's Bob Sanders, but he plays the same kind of game.
The thing is, Bob Sanders is about 5'8".
I don't care.
Adrian Wilson is 6'3". Looks like a linebacker. 3rd and 10. Smith.
Oh boy.
Could he run it? Going to be very close. Let's see where they put him.
He made it.
They're going to give it to him.
Oh, I'm going to tell you what. When he was running, you saw where his head turned. He saw exactly where the sticks were. He looked to his left as he was running, saw where the sticks were, and just dove head first to get that first down. A great awareness of knowing exactly where you have to go and then get out.
Well, he didn't learn to slide like the Seattle quarterbacks did because he went head first. There was no slide there.
So a big first down. Alex Smith picks up with his feet, 12 yards on the 3rd and 10. And so a first down from the 17. Smith, that's Gore, breaks a tackle but won't break 3 or 4 more. And time for a check of a SportsCenter 30 at 30 update. Here's Stan Verrett. Stanley.
All right, Mike, an update on some sobering news from kickoff weekend. The Bills' Kevin Everett suffered what his doctor calls a catastrophic and life-threatening spinal cord injury yesterday in Buffalo. His doctor said a full recovery is not likely and that he believes Everett will have some permanent paralysis. We'll have more on SportsCenter after the game, or stay current with ESPN News. Mike?
Stan, just horrendous. Yeah. What can you say except to send out your thoughts and your best wishes to the friends and the family of Kevin Everett. What a devastating moment. Alex Smith looking for Davis, broken up, and they'll hit him hard. Calvin Pace among those there to knock it down.
Real quickly on Everett, Coach, you know this. We're, as players, we're used to regular injuries. We know if you blow a knee out or a shoulder or an elbow, you know that you're out, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, or a season. But this, when someone's getting carted off the field, a lot of times it's preventative, but this time the catastrophic injury. I mean, just players aren't used to dealing with that.
And it's the thing. People say, well, he had his head in the wrong position. He didn't have proper technique. No. This is just one of those freak things that happens, and you got to really feel for the young man and his family.
3rd and 9 for the 49ers. Smith into the end zone and incomplete. Risky pass through a lot of traffic there. Darrell Jackson, the intended receiver, and that'll set up a 4th down
Well, we talked a little bit about Matt Leiner's busy feet. He's got some busy feet also.
And also Daryl Jackson, let's look at him coming across the middle. It looked like he had a chance for this ball. He had some space.
Oh, yeah.
I'm wondering if he pulled back a little bit there, Coach.
He got them gator arms.
He
may have seen Carlos Dansby sitting there ready to unload.
It looked like a little bit. It looked like he could have got his arms out there for that one.
Well, let's say it, Daryl Jackson, 11 drops last year, second most in the NFL, not the best hands. Nedney, the field goal is up and good, and so this game is tied at 10 with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. Back in San Francisco in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Phil Stockman from the Atlanta Braves. Watch live Major League Baseball all season long, right here on NASN, Europe's leading channel for North American sports.
And we're back in San Francisco where these two young quarterbacks, the number 1 pick, the number 10 pick, both off to somewhat shaky starts.
Yeah, they both had to move around a little bit, and if you do that, the advantage is going to go to Smith, though the numbers wouldn't say so right there. Normally, he's excellent outside the pocket. Both of them have had a little bit of pressure on them. They've had to do some work on the run.
That would not be Leinert's forte.
And again, footwork was the key thing for Matt Leinart. I mean, Coach Wisenhunt has said just flat out, it's just not good enough. You have to work on it. And, for a quarterback like Leinart, when he's at USC, he's the king of the world. I don't think they're telling him a whole lot that he's doing a whole lot wrong. And all of a sudden your coach is saying, hey, you better change this if you want to be successful.
Well, things have come easy for him. There's no question about that. But when you get to this level of football, you got to do things the right way all the time.
J.J. Arrington on the return for Arizona. And there's not a whole lot there. Matt Leinart only lost 2 games as a quarterback in his college career. He lost his first 5 starts last year in Arizona.
And he was so prepared with the system that they ran at USC. We called him coming out of the draft the most prepared quarterback coming out in that draft. And imagine if he'd have come out the year before he went back, he may very well be wearing the San Francisco 49er uniform, being the number 1 pick over Alex Smith.
As a new offensive coordinator this year, a whole new offense that he's had to learn. It's like learning a new language for a quarterback, but they're not strangers to that. Anquan Bolden's been here 5 years. He's played for 5 different offensive coordinators in Arizona. Marcel Shipp is in the backfield now, spelling Edger and James. Behind Leinart, and we'll pause again.
Yep, got movement.
Davis moved. Not Davis.
Leonard Pope moved.
82, offense, 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Well, the strength for the Cardinals so far, and hold your breath, guys, has been the offensive line in the running game, something they haven't said there in a while. But with 3:28 to go in the half, you can't really grind this out. So we're going to have to see something a little different and at a quicker pace for the rest of this half.
First and 15. And it is awfully loud in that end zone area behind Matt Leinart as he calls signals. Little flip. And I like that play to Bolden.
Good tackle.
Nice, safe play. It's a good idea down there by the goal line.
It is, but you said it, Coach, a good tackle by Walt Harris, because even Anquan Bolden said he thinks he and Larry Fitzgerald's strengths are not only catching the ball, but yards after the catch, breaks and tackles. And there was Walt Harris one-on-one, and Bolden, I'm sure, thinking he's going to win that one, but Harris wins it.
Walt Harris is a very, very underrated football player. I mean, he played good football when he was in the Chicago Bears. He does a great job.
Look like he made his first Pro Bowl last year in his 11th season. 2nd and 8, that Shipp behind Matt Leinart. And this one's for Fitzgerald. And he's got it, and they'll close it down around him, and he'll be just shy of a first down. Derek Smith and Mark Roman in on the tackle.
Let me tell you what, I loved watching this kid since his days at Pitt. He's an excellent route runner, and look at his hands. He gets up, he catches the ball with his hands. He's got a great pair of hands, looks for daylight after, just an incredible leaper. That's why a lot of times you will see the ball go high to him, because the quarterback knows he can get up forward and use his hands to get it. What an athlete he is.
He caught 34 touchdowns in 26 college games. 3rd and 2. as we tick toward the 2-minute warning. Leinart almost loses the football. Flags are everywhere as Leinart goes down. He's well short of a first down, but there are flags in the defensive secondary, so let's see. Tully, Banta Kane, and Marcus Douglas were in on the tackle on Leinart. And the Cardinals look happy.
There's another break.
Boy, I tell you what, this will make you old.
Pass, illegal contact, 36, defense, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Shawntae Spencer. Mike Nolan doesn't like that.
No. How sick are you right now with all these mistakes?
You know, it's tough. The first game, you know, the one thing you do as a coaching staff, because it does reflect on the coaching staff. There's a lot of penalties and you look bad.
Shawntae Spencer, I'm still looking for the penalty. We saw the flag. I'm still waiting to see the foul. We'll be right back.
Okay, what do we got?
For Reebok official NFL jerseys and much more, visit NASN.com, your home for North American sports merchandise.
After starting the last 11 games of the 2006 season, Matt Leinart heads into 2007 as the leader of the Cardinals offense. In 2006, Leinart passed for a Cardinals rookie record 2,547 yards, and in his last 6 starts, completed over 60% of his passes. With the help of receivers like Larry Fitzgerald and Anquan Bolden, number 7 is well on his way to making a name for himself in the NFL.
Report, Chris Berman, highlights and plenty of news. Ravens and Bengals, what a terrific game we had at the start of our doubleheader tonight. An update on the story of Kevin Everett and Eli Manning out a month for the New York Giants. That and more at halftime with Boomer. So a first down now for Arizona, and here's Leinart inside 2 minutes to play in the first down. Time, the pocket breaks down. He's looking to run, and he will. They'll take it out to about the 36, and down he goes. The Cardinals still do have all 3 of their timeouts remaining.
That was a cover 2 by San Fran, and they just had all the zones covered well. None of the receivers found the holes, and Leinart takes off. It's an adventure when he takes off to run, isn't it, Coach?
It is not pretty. Believe me, it is not pretty. It'd be like me taking off right now.
Under a minute and a half. Oh, that's J.J. Arrington. He'll be just short of the first down.
That's Patrick Willis on the tackle. This rookie came in, Patrick Willis from Ole Miss, and just took control of the middle linebacker position. He is a good one, sideline to sideline and delivering a pop on a lineman. He is a lot of fun to watch running all over the field.
Cardinals do have all 3 of their timeouts remaining as we tick down under 1 minute to play.
One right here.
They're going to let it tick down and then use the timeout here. And so they do on 3rd and 2. They'll talk it over on the sideline.
And I think they're thinking here is that, you know, they'll go ahead and try to make the first down, and you know, they aren't going to take a risk right here. If they don't make it, they'll punt it down and put the ball.